Witam serdecznie, gramy sobie w Morderstwo w Orient Expressie i ogólnie, że do Kuniksa to było, okej. Ogólnie tutaj jeden z widzów polecił tą gierkę, więc sobie sprawdzimy, bo nawet nie wiedziałam, że takie coś jest i w sumie fajnie, bo jestem ciekawa. Gramy sobie w demko. Dama Agata Christie Morderstwo znana również... No i nie dali przeczytać, no. 17 grudnia 2023, 9 rano. Czy to jeszcze dopiero będzie?
The train is still stuck and the snow continues to fall. I should have taken an airplane. Well, I must make the best of it and join the other passengers for breakfast.
No, tamto co wyglądało, to wyglądało tak, jakbyśmy w ogóle nie mogli ruszyć, bo tam jest góra tak jakby, no. O, co to? Okej. No my z Kuniksem nas łączy jedna rzecz tutaj, czyli że jesteśmy zatokowcami. Ale sprawdźmy jedną rzecz tutaj sobie jeszcze. No taka fajna graficzka, przyjemna, nie? O kurde, kolonel Wix, mustache, wax. O kurde, to Dawidkowe rzeczy. Co to? Nożyczki? No nie, to nie są nożyczki. No. Dobra. Ale jaki pokoik ładny. Taki ładny, no. Co tu jest? A, tam jest druga klasa. Chyba tam nie przejdziemy nawet. Czy przejdziemy? A, przejdziemy. Dobra, my jedziemy pierwszą. Okej, ale... Pierwsza? Okej, czyli to mamy blisko do tego. A, to mi coś powie, tak?
The mustache comb to tame unruly nuts.
No i bardzo dobrze, że nigdy nie bolały, a nie sadek.
The finest of curling irons for the
Najlepsze z
mustache.
żelazek do podkręcania wąsów! Patrzcie.
Wax to preserve the perfect symmetry of the mustache.
Mustache.
The train still hasn't left.
Mustache. Jest jakaś łazienka to. Jedymy. Drewe dziedzictwo mistrza złodziei, mówisz? Wiking? W ogóle tak no tak to jest bemo, ale czekam na to. W sumie chętnie zagram w tą gierkę, tylko kiedy ona w ogóle wychodzi?
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning, sir. Please enjoy our special breakfast in our restaurant.
Restaurant.
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning.
Przypomina mi się ten gościu z tego, z TikToka, znaczy z Reelsów, który mówi depression. On przedstawia różnego rodzaju fobie, problemy psychiczne jako coś, co można kupić w pakiecie, nie? I mówi, że jeśli kupisz wersję specjalną, dostaniesz jeszcze dodatkowo depression. Za 2 dni to wyjdzie! Naprawdę? Kurde, to ja w to gram pojutrze.
This delay is intolerable. I am supposed to be demonstrating the Firenze in Paris in 2 days.
Ah, your electric car.
O.
Yes, that's bad luck.
Bad luck? If I miss that demonstration, I'll be in a deep trouble.
Just text your people in Paris and warn them.
To no mojego tatę
Of
trochę.
course I tried that. But there is no network service in these mountains.
Austriacki malarz? Ej, no... Ale mi się wydaje, że trochę taki... Nie.
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just sit on the train
A to
until
do
I got to
Paryża.
Paris. And now we may be here for days, and my boat sails the day after tomorrow. How am I going to catch it now? I can't even send an email to cancel it.
A.
I'm just too mad to talk.
A ja zapomniałam,
My
przecież to jest
colleagues who are coming from
2023 rok.
They will wonder, what has happened to me? I can get no word to them. What will they think? We have refugees to help.
No! Właśnie, Karolus, ja dopiero sobie tak rozkminiłam, o jakich oni mówią mailach. Czytała to kurde przecież. Elektryczne auto, ja tak...
Good morning, madam. The snow is a predicament, is it not?
I am Russian.
O,
Snow is no stranger to me.
Ah, the accent. Would it be St. Petersburg?
You are very perceptive. Monsieur Poirot, is it not?
And may I take it, I have the honor of addressing Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
We dispense with the old titles these days. My husband, all of my past, was taken from me by these Stalinists. When they were gone, I became director of the St. Petersburg Museum of Antiquities to restore and preserve what I can of
Czemu
my
najgorsze?
country's history.
Still, the delay must be vexing.
If I must be late for my appointments, then they will wait.
I know that I would certainly wait, madame. It has been my extreme pleasure to make your
Nie,
acquaintance,
to ta gra dopiero
madame.
wychodzi.
Au revoir, Monsieur Poirot.
Au revoir.
A beautiful piano. What a luxury. Pity there's
O,
no one to
a
play it.
tutaj, ja wam pokażę, tutaj oto wszystko wygląda jak... Wars. W PKP.
Mademoiselle, you are not concerned about the train stopping?
What can one do?
Indeed, this does not make the train move. You have great strength to remain calm at a time like
A
this.
to nie wygląda
I
jak
know one
XXI wiek,
far,
nie?
far stronger than I.
And that is?
Well, that old lady, for instance. You will
Rozmawialiśmy przed
probably
chwilą.
notice her. She just has to lift her little finger and ask for something in a polite voice, and the whole train runs.
It runs also for my friend Monsieur Bouc, but that is because he is a director of the line, not because he has a masterful character.
Wychodzi
You
za 2
don't
dni?
have to have a strong will when you have power. But I suspect I did not need to tell you that, Mr.
Poirot.
Poirot.
Good morning, Mr. Fauché. You have early customers, I see.
Yes, I am stuck serving here as well at breakfast. Everyone is impatient. They keep complaining that the train is not moving. As if I could get out and
Czy ten
push
to
it.
jest
It's too
Orient
early
Express,
for
no
me
to...
to order a boxcar. That is the appropriate drink, I believe.
A gin triple sec, lemon and grenadine mix. A drink for a train indeed.
But not perhaps for my breakfast. I think I will settle for an omelette.
Good luck, sir. Miss Nielsen is helping to serve in the dining car.
Ale to jest ciekawe, bo tak jak mówię, ona... tutaj to wszystko wygląda jakby to było w ogóle XX wiek, nie? A, nie powinnam dzwonić w ogóle. Hehe.
The Orient Express bar is certainly well stocked.
Słuchaj, za 2 dni to wychodzi? WC. A tu jest restaurant. Oj, tych dwóch to już...
How long are we expected to be stranded here?
It won't do much good complaining to me. That fellow there with the moustache, he may know something.
Excusez-moi, sir.
Yes?
Monsieur Bouc asks for you to join him in compartment 203.
Look here, Poirot. Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you the snow, it will not move aside on its own.
Of course. But you obviously have some influence with Book.
I am going to see him now. I will ask him if he has any information.
No dobra, bo to się można zgubić trochę, który jest czas. Szczególnie, że to jest jakby... XXI wiek, nie? Ale ciekawe, że wszędzie można wejść tutaj prawie, że... Na ten ekspres tak wygląda, ale nie wiem w sumie. Ciekawe, że to dzieje się niby w naszych czasach. Ja mam pójść do tego gościa, ale gdzie on jest? 203 mówi mi. Możemy iść do drugiej klasy w ogóle? Jestem ciekawa. A, dobra, bo teraz nie wejdziemy.
Ah, my good friend. Come in. We have need of you.
What has occurred?
A passenger lies dead in his bed. Stabbed.
A passenger? Which passenger?
In there. He's an American. A man called Hatchet. It was his valet, Masterman, who was worried that Mr. Hatchet was not awake yet. Pierre Michel, the conductor, decided to break in and found the body.
I see. Well, my friend, I think it is best not to touch anything and wait for the police to arrive.
Oh, I tried to call the police, but there is no cell tower for many kilometers. We could be stuck in the snow for hours. The murderer is with us. On the train, now! The sooner we catch him, the sooner we'll be out of danger. Dr. Constantine is already examining the body.
Mon ami, this is not a missing train ticket. We must follow procedure. We must wait for the police to secure the crime scene.
Please, Poirot. I will take full responsibility.
Book, you ask. Well, if we cannot contact the outside world, then... Oh, you are going to drive me crazy. In truth, this problem intrigues me. I was reflecting not half an hour ago that many hours of boredom lay ahead whilst we are stuck here. And now,
Euro na 6 dni
the
w tym
problem
pociągu?
lies ready to my hand.
You accept then?
C'est entendu. You place the matter in my hands.
No, czerwiana, no bo to jest taki tryb jakby, nie? Mogę go przejść jakoś? Nie mogę.
Good. We are all at your service.
Ale
This
tak
is the
mało,
room right
mało
here.
dramatycznie to jest, tak jakby trochę.
Mr. Poirot, I am Dr. Constantine.
Ale jak
Forgive me,
rękawiczki.
doctor, you are a medical examiner?
No, but I have assisted in postmortems at Nairobi Hospital, where I am a teaching fellow.
I am familiar with your excellent institution.
I do not intend to perform a full autopsy, but a preliminary examination should be of some use.
Of course. May I have a look? Then we can compare notes.
Please, if you need any help, I won't
No
be
fajnie,
far
tylko
away.
my tu wchodzimy i już wszystko dotykamy i w ogóle... Przeniosę te postaci, by dowiedzieć się o niej czegoś więcej. Marokańczyk. Belg. To jest Kenijczyk, tak? Zawód. On nie jest koronerem. Czekaj. Szef despoty. To kenijski lekarz po 40. Lekarz. Aha, dobra. No dobra, w ten sposób to działa. No dobra.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Śmiesznie to wygląda. A myślałam, że będzie trochę wyglądało nie wiem... Z jakiemuś grafiku mi się kojarzy ta gra ogólnie. Noc morderstwa.
I'm sorry, doctor, but I must question you.
Of course. I must be considered under suspicion like everyone else.
May I know your movements last night?
I share compartment 101 with Mr. Book. He would not stop talking about his beloved train. I listened to him for hours talking about his Orient Express.
My friend Book will no doubt confirm this.
Okej. Związek
Did
dopiero.
you know the victim?
Not at all. I noticed him last night at dinner, but I did not pay much attention.
Okej, poszlaki w przedziale.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He died from multiple stab wounds of varying angles and depth. More than one would have been fatal. I would place the time of death roughly between midnight and 2 a.m. With more time, I hope I can be more precise.
Did you touch anything in here this morning?
I checked for a pulse. There was none. Rigor mortis had commenced. The body was cool to the touch. I touched nothing else.
I assume the open window complicates matters.
Indeed. Conditions are not perfect.
Thank
Okej.
you for your help, doctor.
No dobra.
Where can the killer have gone? The chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel told me that he broke the chain on the door to get into the room.
Aha. Skoro musiał zerwać, to musiał pójść jakąś inną drogą.
A box of sleeping pills. I'll take photos.
Okej, tu musimy znaleźć chyba, nie? $7000, no. Dużo. O! Czekajcie.
Expensive clothing, recently laundered.
Alicja spacerowała po lesie, w którym urosło 1000 kwiatków. Zabrała 10 z nich i ułożyła z nich bukiet. W ten bukiet zamienił się w motyla, a kwiaty na ziemi zaczęły się mnożyć, ich liczba ulega podwojeniu. Ale mogliby już to łatwiej zrobić, jakoś ten napis ładniej. Jeśli chcesz puścić las, musisz powiedzieć, ile kwiatków w nim zostało. Tego podwojeniu. Ten bukiet zamienił się w motyla, a kwiaty na ziemi nauczyły się mnożyć, ich liczba ulega podwojeniu. 1800? Nie no, gdzież. 900... Przepraszam, bo ja może źle liczyłam. 200. 1990. Razy 2. Dobrze myślę? Halo, czat. No kurde, ja nie mogę sama tu wszystkiego liczyć. Ja nie umiem takich rzeczy. $1980. Co to jest? To nie jest trochę za proste.
Not very surprising.
Daily planner.
A meeting place on the back of a postcard. Someone with the initials A.W.
A.W.
Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep. I'll take photos. Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep.
Check. For each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm, and that is
Unusual letter, this.
Morderstwo w Orient Expressie DEMO.
Bo ja w to nie grałem.
No, for each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm. That is new, I will never forget.
Nie ma po polsku?
Nie ma. A nie, no, czekaj. Język tekstu polski, ale tu jest polski. R to przeczytaj? Jak to? Czekaj. A, ból każdej skrzywdzonej osoby okupisz tym samym bólem. Na śmierci my nigdy nie zapominamy.
This door communicates with compartment 204. The latch is open on this side. This door
No dobra. Kosz.
I wonder what could be in this photo.
Ale nie wiem, czy będziecie chcieli, żebym to grała.
I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
No dobra, ale... Przecież zbadałam tu rzeczy, nie? sprawdzamy sobie dalej. Co my tu mamy jeszcze? Ciało na pewno trzeba sprawdzić. O!
A handkerchief. There's a letter H embroidered on it.
Mhm. Exotic Vap. A, to...
Did it belong to a ratchet?
Aha.
This phone was deliberately smashed.
Ale zostawione, nie? Tak jakby... Nie wiem, bez sensu.
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside. I'm sure I will find some interesting things.
Tu. O!
Last night, Monsieur Ratchet said he takes precautions. I see now. It meant he knew he was in danger and wanted to be ready. Yet it was no use to him. I will leave it here for the police.
Gość jest śmiesznie gada.
As you see, the victim has been stabbed many times. Several alone would have been fatal.
Yes, I agree. An attack most savage.
I will, of course, prepare a complete report on my findings.
Thank you.
No bo to są nasze czasy.
The watch is broken. The hands are stopped at 1:15 a.m. One would expect that to be the time when the attack occurred.
Coś jeszcze jest?
The chain lock. Monsieur Mich, I shouldn't leave until I have finished.
No.
I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene. Expensive clue.
Ale to wszystko sprawdziłam, ja nie wiem, co mam tu jeszcze sprawdzić.
As you see, the several alone.
Yes.
Szufladę jestem w stanie w ogóle jej otworzyć?
I will, of course, prepare a...
Thank you.
Ale list walizce ja otworzyłam już. Widzicie, nie da się otworzyć szuflad. Otwórz podarte zdjęcie. A, otwórz! Boże, myślałam, że się nie da tego zdjęcia otworzyć. Co jest?
I wonder what could be in this photo.
Dobra, ale jak mam otworzyć to zdjęcie? Ale to jest takie mało, kurde, nie wiem. Mało emocjonujące. Nie wiem, czy wy też macie to odczucie. Dobra. O. Dla Daisy.
For Daisy. Interesting.
Co nie, zero emocji.
Et voilà.
No nie wiem, tak dziwna ta gra jest. Zdjęcie pluszowego zwierzaka. No Daisy. Aha, jeszcze nie zbadałam rzeczy. No nie wiem, takie powiem szczerze, tak wydawało mi się, że to będzie ciekawsze.
This door
No nie.
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside.
No i co?
I'm sure I will find...
Chyba, że... Muszę to obrócić.
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside.
Okna nie sprawdziłam? Pokaż. Sprawdzałam okno. Aha, tu.
The snow is falling only lightly this morning. The murderer would have left tracks in the snow if he had jumped out the window.
Dobra. No to wyszedł tędy pewnie.
I shouldn't leave until I have finished.
Pokaż. Mi się wydaje, że wychodzi... No okno... Bądź na dworze wychodzących na korytarz zerwany. Ale tak, przyjrzeć są obok.
No, not
to?
good.
To jest takie trochę jak dla dzieci, mam wrażenie, ale może mieć tylko takie wrażenie. Co wy myślicie? Dobra. Mindset zerwany.
So, the murderer must have exited through Madame Hubbard's room. That was easy.
Nie mogę z tej gry. Świadkowie. Które dwie osoby mogły zauważyć? No, Hubbard.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. Think,
No nie.
Bravo, that is not a good answer.
Kto mógł jeszcze zobaczyć Mama Stone?
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Aha. Ale ja nie wiem,
That's the right answer.
ja nie mam pojęcia, czy to jest poprawna odpowiedź, no bo skąd ja mam wiedzieć, którędy chodzi w ogóle? Przesłanie pana... Dobra.
I shouldn't leave until the
No ja-
chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel.
Dobra. Czyli ja muszę jeszcze kliknąć. Do pierwszej klasy. A faktycznie, bo on tam siedział. Odczułam dysonans związany z współczuciem tego, fabuła nie ma sensu, bo w latach 30 faktycznie byli odcięci od świata w tym pociągu, a teraz smartfon i cyk policja. Postać samotnego słynnego detektywa, który ma bzika na punkcie wąsów i dobrych manier. Też już się tak nie do końca mi gra jak w tamtych czasach. Orient Express chociaż niby kursuje dzisiaj, to jest atrakcja dla bardzo bogatych turystów. A czy kwestia bardziej to, że oni nie mają tu zasięgu, nie? No ale też dla mnie taki klimacik, ale tam jest może taki klimat też, no ale to tak no wygląda jak...
This door communicates. I shouldn't leave.
No ale
until I
jak?
finish
No przecież
inspecting
zbadaliśmy
the
wszystko!
Expensive clothing, recently.
O. Okej, raczej trzeba napisać... No, to właśnie, nie? Halibut, no. List poproszenia do Ratcheta. Klikałam już na tą kartkę.
I do
Nie.
not think that's the right answer.
No właśnie, jednak wziął tabletkę następną, no.
I can't imagine Ratchet taking a sleeping pill if he feared for his life. I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Dobra. Pracownicy Ratcheta. To jest... Kto jest pracownikiem Ratcheta?
I must admit
Nie?
I'm not right this
A nie
time.
wiem, kto tu jest, które dwie osoby pracowały dla...
No, not good.
Tych dwóch. Okej. Ale skąd ja to mogłam wiedzieć?
I'm right again. That happens
Jezu, to
to
jest
me.
takie irytujące, jak on tak gada. No tak...
I think I've seen everything I need at the moment. I'm counting on you to finish your analysis.
I'll have a more detailed report for you as soon as I can.
Ta muzyka jest też taka...
So, Poirot, did you find anything out?
It's a bit early for the handcuffs, my friend. Even for Hercule Poirot. Do not worry, mon ami. I believe our culprit has no plans to strike again. Monsieur Ratchet was the target. Of that I am convinced. Tell me, Book, how did you spend last night?
This is a joke, I hope. Don't you trust your old friend?
My friend, calm yourself. I must hear your story in order to corroborate other accounts.
Ah, naturally. Let me see. I went to my compartment after dinner. Dr. Constantine was already there. We talked about his career. He's a Cambridge man, you know. After university, he returned to his country and has done much good there. He was so interested in the Orient Express. I told him all the anecdotes I know. I'm not certain when we fell asleep, but it was very late.
No bo ja dzisiaj streamuję zazwyczaj kilka godzin, nie?
Tell me, Book.
Jeszcze raz.
This is
My friend, I must hear your...
Ah, naturally, Dr. Constantine.
Konstantin,
I'm
okej, z
not-
Konstantinem, dobra.
Here is what I have found out. Monsieur Ratchet was stabbed many times. I also found threatening letters in his safe. He had a loaded gun under his pillow, so he was on guard, ready to defend himself. However, there was an empty glass with white residue at the bottom. I suspect a barbiturate. Perhaps he was forced to take it. In any case, I am certain he was unconscious, unable to defend himself. I also found several other items at the crime scene, possibly related to the murder. They must be investigated.
By all means, Poirot. As fast as you can.
I also found liquid for an electronic cigarette, but I could not find a vape.
Cigarette!
This might belong to the murderer.
This criminal is an amateur.
I need a list of the passengers with their compartment numbers.
Pierre Michel will have it.
I must interview the rest of the passengers and the staff.
I'll be in the bar car if you need me. We are hours late. Soon I hope help will arrive.
Mogło być w sumie, szczerze, to mogłoby nie być właśnie w naszych czasach, tylko właśnie w tamtych czasach. To byłoby najbardziej takie sensowne.
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
Czekaj, co on powiedział?
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel.
Calais.
I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
I do not think that's the right answer.
Szwajcar?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
No.
No.
No nie, no
not
to
good.
Francuz. A wiek! Kurwa, ja myślałam, ile on pracuje! Ja pierdzielę! Ale jestem debil! O, z 57 ma. Ja myślę, od ilu on pracuje? Ja nie wiem, dlaczego tak... No Boże, po prostu mam dzisiaj przepalone zwoje mózgowe.
Can you provide me with a listing of
Chcecie,
the
żebym tą grę
passengers
przeszła?
and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Okej, tu mamy... Ale tu jeszcze jest jedno zakryte w ogóle. Last name Konstantin. A, jednej nie wiadomo.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No. Tobacco only.
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman. And then his
Masterman.
secretary, the young American gentleman.
Pan McQueen.
Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last time you saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
A co to znaczy?
Where were you at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car, facing up the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hubbard. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
What is the last station where we stopped?
Winkowski.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
Jezus Maria. Zagra. No dobra. Jego zapytaliśmy już. Tak, co mu robił pan Michel? O Jezu! To trzeba go słuchać jeszcze, nie? O Boże, dobra. Co, aż tak się nudzicie tutaj?
Co się dzieje? To taka nuda jest?
No.
A co ty musisz zrobić w tym Orient Expressie?
No, rozwiązać zagadkę, nie?
Kończ to wyłącz i nuda i tyle.
Ja chcę to skończyć, to dam.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Jest takie...
Po cyberku żadna gra ci się nie będzie podobać.
Nie, nie o to chodzi. 205.
Good morning, madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Herkules.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my
Lubią
God.
misie, misie
I knew it.
lubią
I would like to ask you some
dzieci.
questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes, you must.
Okej.
I was visiting my daughter. She works at the American Embassy in Istanbul. I told her she'd never find a husband there. Since I wanted to see Paris
A
on
my
my
się
way
końcu musimy
home,
mówić
she
na
told
ten.
me I should take this high-class train. I can't wait to see Paris. It looks beautiful in the movies, but it couldn't be more beautiful than Schenectady and the good old US of A. That's where I'm living now.
No. Pozdrawia cię słodka. A taka dziewczyna. Ale ona ma 15 lat.
Wiesz o tym, że jest na Twitchu lista stories?
A wiesz, wiem, ale ona ma...
Ale to zrób. No patrz, jak masz tutaj, weź komórkę.
Dobra, ale mu... Pozdrów słodziutko, a ja mówię, ona ma 15 lat, więc uważaj na słowa.
No ale ma nick posłodziutka, no to jakie ty podteksty tutaj szukasz?
Kontekst tylko ostrzegam. Nie wiem, no bo
Ale jak ja kogoś pozdrawiam, to ja nie myślę o randkowaniu.
Wiem, po
No, pozdrawiam.
ostatnich dramach wolę
Ale
ostrzec.
nie ma, ja mogę powiedzieć, że pozdrawiam, no i tyle.
Dobrze.
Mnie to nie obchodzi, że kwestia pozdrawiam.
Dzisiaj nie myślę, wiesz? Jest tak walę żartami. Miau. 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 I co to za pyszczek, kochany? Co to za pyszczek, kochany? No taki piękny jestem, tak. No miau. Powtórz.
I was visiting my daughter. She works at the American Embassy in Istanbul. I told her she'd never find a husband there. Since I wanted to see Paris on my way home, she told me I should take this high-class train. I can't wait to see Paris. It looks beautiful in the movies, but it couldn't be more beautiful than Schenectady and the good old US of A. That's where I'm living now.
Dobra, ale co ona robi?
I was visiting my daughter. She works at the American Embassy in Istanbul. I told her she'd never find a husband there. Since I wanted to see Paris on my way home, she told me I should take this high-class train. I can't wait to see Paris.
No
It
to nie
looks
jest
beautiful
gospodyni,
in
skąd
the
ma
movies,
tyle
but it
hajsu.
couldn't be more beautiful than Schenectady.
A jednak jest gospodynia. Skąd my możemy wyciągnąć wnioski, że jest
That was easy.
Jezus Maria, czy ktoś z tej gry może usunąć takie gadanie? That was easy! O, a miałem rację.
Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. Come in, I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the other compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
How is it you didn't bolt the door between the two compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Olsen, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed. and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:45 p.m. She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old." It shocked her. She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Poor girl, she didn't have a good night.
The same could be said for Monsieur Ratchet. It appears Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive. Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Okej.
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
Ale dziwne, żeby ktoś miał zostawić bez
I have not
palenia.
finished inspecting your room. If you don't mind. The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
Aha. To jest ta kosmetyczka. A, zabrany obiekt. Aha. He! No dobra. A ja nie wiem, tak mówię, gadam sobie. Na wszelki, słuchajcie, no.
Let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door. This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toiletry bag.
Aha.
I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Okej.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
Które z tych zdań zawiera kłamstwo? No.
Are you sure everything you've told me is accurate, Madame Hubbard?
Of course. I have an excellent memory.
You said you couldn't see the latch from your bed, yet you had to get up from your bed to give Mademoiselle Olsen the aspirin.
No, I stayed in bed and told her the aspirin was in my toiletry bag in the vanity. I did ask her to check if the latch between the compartments was closed.
You must have had a moment in the evening when you could have checked the latch, but you didn't. Why?
I was so tired I didn't feel like getting out of bed. Then the Swedish girl came in.
Mrs. Hubbard, I tested putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me. From your bed, you can easily see the latch on the door. The toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her. Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Oh.
Here is a jacket button.
Na stacji Winkowicz.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauchet in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen.
Ej, dobra, czat, chcecie tą grę, bo ja nie mam już siły. Ja w ogóle się już tak słabo czuję. Się tak ciężko oddycha, że ja nie mogę, przepraszam, nie mogę dokończyć tej gry. Może jeszcze drugie podejście zrobimy do niej, ale nie jestem w stanie. Mnie tak nudzi ta gra, że to jest dramat. Przepraszam.